How to eat healthfully in social situations and over the holidays. Welcome back for another video to recalibrate with Nate. And in this video, I wanted to talk about how to eat healthfully in social situations and over the holidays. First of all, a main thing that will help is having a plan. All right, and I'd like to plug our products right here, and in the description down below we've got meal plans and recipe books to help you to where you can just not even think about what you need to eat. Just if it looks good, we've got beautiful pictures and you can see the calorie breakdown. You're going to get nutritional needs met. Just follow that plan. 40% off of everything right now. So I wanted to plug that right now because the holidays are coming up and this is something that can be really tricky. When you change your diet, it can be kind of tricky going to events and staying on your diet, eating healthfully, because there's all kinds of people, treats. People are making fudge, or there's, maybe there's like your favorite scalped potatoes or whatever laden with cheese, and maybe you're really striving to eat healthfully and you want to cut out animal products and you want to eat predominantly plant-based, or maybe you want to eat predominantly raw. The way that it will work is just to think ahead and prepare your own food and bring your own food. That way you know your needs are met. This can be uncomfortable because you're not eating everything that everybody else is eating, and maybe there's going to be questions brought up and it's going to bring up some uncomfortable feelings or energy between people because they're like, why aren't you eating the scalped potatoes or the green bean casserole that we make every year? Come on, like, really? It's just the once a year. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to because it's not necessarily that healthy. It's cream of mushroom soup and it's got, milk in it and butter in it. Yeah, there's some green beans. Yeah, there's some mushrooms in there, but predominantly what it is something that you don't necessarily want to ingest, right? They might be delicious, but in order to stay on point and stay on track, the thing that can really help you, which has really helped me, is just having the plan, making your food before you go to the particular event, knowing that you're going to have enough food to possibly share with some people, but also have enough to make you feel full. If you're going to be there for all day long, you got to plan for the day. Pretend that there's nothing there that you can eat and just bring your own food. This is what I did. This is what I would do. I would make sure if I was going to a barbecue or a party, I would bring my fruit and I would bring all my stuff to make a salad, and I'd have a couple snacks. Maybe I would make some kale chips or something to munch on that's kind of salty and sweet, and I would just eat the food that way. Really, what do we really want in a lot of ways, I feel like, is we want to chew together. We want to chew together with our friends and our family. And when you're chewing together, everybody's getting along, but it's interesting how we want each other to eat the same sorts of foods. And if you're striving to stay healthy and eat a healthy diet, the best thing you can do is just to make sure you pack your own lunch and to pack your own food. Now, that right there alone is you're going to feel different. You're going to stand out. You're going to be different. It's going to make other people be like, wow, like, look at they're really solid with what they're doing. They're bringing their own food. There's all this different food around, all these delicious treats and snacks and dishes, but they're bringing their own food. They must be really strong in their mind of what they're going to do for themselves. And that right there could possibly plant the seed in some of your other friends or your family. And eventually you stay strong with doing this kind of a diet, because that's what it is. Raw veganism or being a raw foodie, it's a diet. A lifestyle would be sleep, meditation, movement, hydration. A lifestyle is everything that it's included in the life. The diet is the diet alone, right? But staying healthy, staying on a healthy diet and bringing the food that is going to be filling you up when you're out and about, that's how you can do it. That's simply how you can do it. There's almost really no other way, unless someone is going to make you something specifically the way that you'd like it. If you're trying to be a raw foodie that is having no oil and no salt and no animal products or added sugars to your meal, and a family member's like, I'm going to make you, give me a recipe, I'll make it for you. I want to make you something raw. Then your basis is covered there. But the best thing that you can do is just to pack your own lunch, pack your own dinner, pack your own stuff, making sure that all your bases are covered, right? Because really in these social situations, it's all about being together, family, friends. We want to be social. We want to hang out. Maybe we want to watch a game together or whatever it may be the social situation is calling for. But if you're going to be there for hours, you want to make sure that you've got enough food with you to be feeling satiated and feel full. Because if you don't have your food, you're going to be tempted to eat the other stuff that's there. Now, not to say that might be a bad thing, right? Like maybe it's like not a big thing. You're like, you know what? I'm going on the social event and I'm going to eat whatever. But if you're trying to stay raw and you're like, I just don't want to be tempted. What's worked for me in the past is just making sure I've got my bases covered and I bring my own food with me. So that's my tip. It's so simple, right? Holidays are coming. Christmas, New Year's, these are the times a year where there's lots of different choices of unhealthy foods around every single corner. Like honestly, even the vegetable spread that people bring, it's like ranch dip or something rather, right? Which has oil in it and it's got dairy in it. These aren't necessarily beneficial. If you're on this page, you understand that I'm a raw food enthusiast and I love raw food. And this is my trick for you. I've been asked by a couple people like, yo, Nate, what do you do? And the holidays are coming up. Like, how do you even deal with that? And I'm just like, man, I bring my own food. It's plain and simple. I come prepared. If I need to blend something, I'll blend it beforehand. I'll blend up a smoothie. This is another thing you could do is you could blend up a smoothie before you even go drink the smoothie on your way there. A delicious smoothie. And then you're feeling kind of full. And if you've got some fruit with you, you can snack on the fruit. Maybe you're kicking back and everybody's having some chips and you're just eating an apple. We're chewing together, right? But maybe you're like, oh man, if you know you want some salty stuff, bring some fermented food. Bring a little sauerkraut with you in a little container. Have some sauerkraut when you're feeling something salty. Oh, here comes the main course. Make sure you've got your bases covered there. I like to blend a dressing so I don't have to blend it when I'm there. And if it's dinner time, sometimes it's a higher fat dressing, something creamy with some soaked nuts or seeds. And then I make sure I've got a nice big salad with me. Everything, if I'm going somewhere where I know I don't want to chop anything, I'll bring it pre-chopped. I'll chop the tomato and the cucumber. Sometimes I'll put those in a separate container. But a lot of times, I'll even just chop the tomato fresh there. A knife, quick cutting board. If you're at a family's place, you know, of course, they've got knives and cutting boards, right? So you can cut up some certain fresh things there. But making sure you bring your own food. Pretend you're going somewhere where there's no food, but you're going to be there for hours. What are you going to do? Have your bases covered, bring your own stuff, and you can't fail. This is my best advice for social situations and the holidays coming up. Bring your own stuff. If you want something sweet, mix up some dates with maybe a little maple syrup and some lemon juice and a little water, and you've got a date paste, and you can have some slices of apple dipped into some date paste. It's sweet. It's filling. If you want something chocolatey, do that same date mixture, but add some carob powder or some cacao powder into it, and you've got a chocolate paste. You can dip some apples in or some strawberries in, and you're just eating strawberries dipped in chocolate. It's delicious. There's so many different things that you can do. Of course, a big thing is we're recalibrating. We got to think about things different. We need plans. We need recipes to follow. So like I said, 40% off all of our books, my course, we also have a meal plan app. We don't run 40% off the meal plan app, but it generates out a full week's worth of meals that you can follow, gives you a shopping list that you could follow. Print it off, you know exactly what you need to buy at the store. Holidays are coming up and this is a really tricky time. And this is a time where a lot of times we fall off our diet and we eat the stuff that's at the parties. We don't feel good, so then New Year's comes around. We're like, New Year's resolution, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna start eating better. But what if you started now? What if you started right now and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I've got 6 apples with me. Dude, 6 apples, you're gonna be feeling full. Right? Maybe you've got some carrots, you know, and you just munch on some carrots. A really good one is celery with some dates on it. Just open up some dates, Put them on the celery. It's crunchy, it's slightly salty, it's sweet, it's filling. Oh man, these are the sorts of things that you do with you. Do for yourself. You bring these sorts of foods with you, and that way you're social, you're at the party, but you've got all your food with you. And people are looking at you going like, yo, what's up with that? Celery and dates? And you're like, yeah, man, feels great, right? Amazing. These are the sorts of things that will really help you. It will really help you. Bring your own food. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give yourself a thumbs up for staying this long. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit the bell for notifications for the new uploads coming up. We got weekly videos coming out here. And share it with your friends. I hope you got something from this. Leave me a comment down below. If you got some ideas, share them. We can all help each other, right? Everybody's got different tips and tricks. The thing is, we want to eat food. We're hungry. The body needs food. So bring your own food with you. This is going to really help you in the social situations and around the holiday seasons. Make sure you've got your bases covered. All right? I love you. We'll see you on the next one.